There, looks like I'm live. Hi, welcome to Ignore the Machine broadcast. I'm Bradley J. And this is something I've been wanting to share for a long time. Old sayings that aren't true. And I'll give you one, and as you watch me live or as you watch me after the fact, why don't you think of some that you find to not be true? The one I'm going to go with is, what does not kill you makes you stronger. Who said that? Who made that up? That's not true. There are all kinds of examples where that's not true. For example, Lyme disease. Lyme disease doesn't kill many people, but it sure doesn't make them stronger. It makes them weaker. And some would say, well, they're not speaking just physically, but I would argue that Lyme disease doesn't make anyone stronger mentally either. That's my experience. Folks I've known with Lyme disease don't seem to be any stronger, and certainly physically not. So there you go. There's all kinds of others. For example, all's well that ends well. I can think of, I don't need to give you an example, but all's well that ends well. Now, okay, let's say there's a situation where, your house burned down, and you didn't die. You lost everything, but you survived with minor burns. Now, it ended well because you didn't die, but all is not well. That's my take on that. What do you think? Do you want to argue with that, or do you have sayings that you think really don't measure up when it comes to real life experience? So that's it. I want to just do a very short one today. I'm going to do more and more shorties. Reminder that there are 6 Jerusalem videos. Well, actually 5 Jerusalem videos and 1 Tel Aviv video. There are Israel videos posted on the Bradley J Travel YouTube channel. And a reminder that the radio shows, Ignore the Machine radio show, is on Mixcloud. Go to Mixcloud. I recommend that you actually sign up for Mixcloud, because there's a free version, and you can hear mixes from DJs from all over the world, all kinds of genres. And it's not some machine or some algorithm spitting out music. It's some human choosing them. If that appeals to you, then Mixcloud is the place to go. And I love my radio show. I particularly love the one from April 15. It's still there. Mixcloud, search Ignore the Machine. And remember that once a month, Chachi and John Logan do come together on the MC of this cool Beatles event that happens every month at City Winery. Keep an eye open for when the next one is. Do I have that little poster? Well, I have posted it online. I don't have the poster right here. I think the next one focuses on the Beatles' solo careers. And that's an interesting question. People say, who's your favorite Beatle? I don't know. For a while I was saying George, but now I don't know if George is my favorite Beatle. I don't know much about George. It's tough. John, kind of irritating. When I saw that Get Back documentary, I found him to be sometimes a pain. Paul is the guy who was the engine of the whole thing. When it was crunch time, Paul had the goods. Ringo, really key, kind of a glue. And then George, tough to say. Really my favorite Beatle? I don't know. I might have to go with Ringo. But that's a different question than your favorite solo stuff. For me, All Things Must Pass is my favorite solo stuff. And then I like Wings, some Wings, Not because it's fantastic, because it has memories for me. Like bad memories, but still memories. Ooh, comments? What do we got? Comments here? Really? Really? All from Wayne and Joe. Wayne, Joe. Oh, I always thought that what doesn't kill you will leave a pretty good scar, right? Doesn't necessarily make you stronger. It can mess up your head. These are just sayings to soften the blow. Yeah. MBTA is doing fine. What's that? How does that respond to... Joe, how does that relate to my question? How many of the Beatles trivia questions do you get? I might have gotten one in 9 months. Like 0. George is quiet, yes. The next Come Together Beatles show is supposed to be a focus on the stories behind some of their songs. Oh, okay. All right. Last time was Ringo, I think. So I have to say, All Things Must Pass is my favorite. And there's a lot on there I don't really like, but Isn't It a Pity and Beware of Darkness, those are killer. So that's it. Just wanted to bring that up, a little quickie. And congratulations to John Graham, who's going to start doing his podcast soon. He's already started. He's working on it. He's got a lot of stories. John Graham, JG. I don't know. He's going to be called On the Rocks. If you see On the Rocks, you might want to follow. That's it for today. I have to go. I'm disappointed because I was going to do a feature with a guest live from Israel on Oasis of Peace, but she's a no-show. Maybe there's some confusion on time because she was going to be live and there's a 7-hour time difference. So it's 8:18 there now. And maybe some technical difficulty, but it didn't work out. But just let me tell you about the organization, Oasis of Peace. Wait a minute here. I want to quickly look it up. But it's a village in Israel. I'm going to read it because I don't want to get it wrong. It's a village in Israel where people of different faiths and political ideologies live together in an effort to create peace. And it's an actual village where people live and kids grow up. And they've been doing it since 1972, I think. But let me you can look it up. It's pretty interesting. I was going to talk to the communications director. Oasis of Peace. Oasis of Peace. Okay, about our mission. Let me read it. It's a unique and inspiring cooperative village jointly founded by Israeli Jews and Arabs in 1972, which is a time of a lot of conflict. It was between the 67 war and only a year before the 73 war. Those were like intense things to explore, and I sympathize with both sides in that whole thing. I do. It's a very tough question. They're trying to explore lived solutions, not just talked about solutions to peace in the region. And their membership represents a diverse background of faiths, united by a passion for championing real-world achievable approaches and a more just, equitable, peaceful world for us all. And there's 300 members, and they have a hotel, which you can stay at. And it says 300 member village, as well as support peace seekers from around the world who travel here to participate in trainings and programs. So they do encourage you to go there and participate in programs. The way I participate is I go to Jerusalem and I interact with everybody on a friendly level, and most everybody's cool. Actually, everybody was very, very cool. A little scary, there is a lot of violence there, but people that worry about safety, it's way safer than New York to go there. Steve Dock, a kibbutz, don't work for Bernie. What are you talking about? Steve, that seems, I don't know. It's not really a kibbutz. I don't think. Oh, wait a minute. Steve Doc is a super negative troll. Beatles are overkill. Yesterday's news. Dude, you are yesterday's news. Because I'm blocking you. A kibbutz. Don't work for Bernie. What kind of nonsense is that? Okay, that's it. I got to remember to block you on all my... And I'm not kidding. Do you know I have about 2,000 blocked? 1,500 to 2,000 people blocked. Just because they're irritating mostly. Like you, Stevie. Steve Doc. There you go. If you see a message from Steve Doc, you could block him as well. So that's it. I'll leave you with that. Remember, it really helps if you subscribe to the YouTube travel channel. It's Bradley J. Travel. And the show on ZBC's Ignore the Machine, the Chachi event once a month, is Come Together. And there is one other thing, right? Well, there's this show. There's this little show. By the way, you can use if you have an iPhone and a good internet connection, you may be able to use your iPhone as a webcam. I'm not using it right now, and that's why it looks cruddy. So it's kind of finicky, but when it works, it really works great because the camera in the iPhone is great. So that's it. Talk to you soon. And Wayne's been under the weather. Hope you're coming together. All right. And that is all. Bye-bye. And see you, Joe. And shouts to Boston Bob if he watches this later. Bye now.